I'm going to show you how to confidently exit a day trade so you know how to keep money in your pocket. So come over here to my chart. This is Tesla. I literally just made this trade this morning. It is 10:41 right now. I made this at about 10 o'clock. And what I was noticing were a couple of things here. So let's set it up, and then I'm going to show you where the exit came from. And it's very, very important because you can see since I exited, look what this thing has done. It's completely fallen back. I would have lost money in this situation, but I didn't because I knew when to exit. I'm going to show you. So I noticed, first thing, we were getting fantastic volume. So I didn't enter this trade, short, of course, until about 10 o'clock, 10:01. It was maybe 10 o'clock and 30 seconds, something like that. But I recognized really fast that we were getting great selling volume coming into this thing. That was number one, first thing. Next thing, my eyes went to this. We had a trend that was all the way on the bottom. If you don't have a trend, you can't make a trade. We did have a trend. We had the volume. The next thing that I look for is an engulfing candlestick where I'm taking out the bottom of the candle, meaning I'm taking out the lowest price of the day. So looking at that, I said, all right, we found this. I wanted to basically take out this price right here, which was the absolute bottom of the day. So for the purposes of this, I'm actually going to take a black marker here, and I'm going to just get rid of what we're seeing over here, just so I can draw it in there. I want you guys to be able to see what I was seeing at that moment in time. And I actually did this on a live stream with our other Patreon members, which was fantastic. So I was looking for basically taking out this low. As soon as we took out that low, I didn't need an engulfing candlestick. It was 30 seconds after. I got a price that moved kind of right here. That's what the candle looked like. And boom, I entered this trade. Now, I'm in the trade. My stochastic's good. My volume is good. My entry has been made. I took out the low of the day. Now, where does the exit strategy come? How do I know where I'm going to exit this thing? So let's clear this out, and we're going to go over to the daily chart. And the daily chart is going to tell me where I need to exit a stock or where I need to look and paying attention to exit a stock. So if we just pull this up, you can see your moving averages on here, your volumes on here. I looked at and I said, where is a resistance point? Where is a support level? I'm going to draw it in yellow here. This is exactly what I was seeing right around here. And you can see that, let's see, what date was this? Let's pull up the date here. This date was July 3rd, and this date was July 8th, and this date was July 12th. So those 3 dates, you can notice the stock price kind of stopped at the top there. It came to the bottom here. Yes, there was a little wick, but it kind of stopped there. Same thing here. So those 3 things, those 3 days stopping at that certain price point made me say, all right, when we get to about this level, I'm going to exit this thing. Or maybe I'm not going to exit. I'm going to take a really, really strong look at this and make sure that I'm not running into a steel I-beam. Like, this is the stock price going down. It just keeps hitting it. It won't go through it. And that's actually what was happening. So when I was watching this in real time, I noticed that when this thing kept coming down, you can actually see right there, there's that wick on it. This is what the price kept doing. It kept going, boom, and it would bounce off and come all the way back up. And it actually came up to here at some points. It just kept going, boom, and it was bouncing and bouncing. And this is where the emotional control has to come into play. Guys, it's very difficult when you're looking at your account and you see, okay, I'm up $100, I'm up $1,000, whatever. And within a second, instead of being up $1,000, you're only up $750 because it pulled back. Or you're up only $500 and you're like, I just gave away $500. You have to be able to sit there and wait and say, all right, this is going to come down. The trend is with me. The volume is with me. There was a point during my trade where the candle looked like this. I'm going to draw it in yellow. This is what the candle looked like. It was yellow like that, and it came all the way down here. It was not pretty. I gave away basically all my gains. I was still in the positive, but it was only a couple of dollars. I had to have the emotional control to say, hey, the volume is coming in great. I'm still good. The trend is still down. We have not ran into that resistance point that I drew on the daily chart. And as soon as it came down and it hit that level, boom, I exited the trade. That is the type of confidence that you need. That is the type of patience that you need. And that is the type of pattern recognition that you need to be a successful day trader. So I told you that this was a trade that I made on a live stream with our Patreon community. Guys, come and join me. It's $25 a month right now. The link is in the description below. It is a fantastic place to be. The second that the live stream started, I knew that I was getting into Tesla, and there were other people that followed suit just because, hey, they know what they're doing. They've learned the process. They've watched all of the videos. It is a great place to be. $25 a month. The link is in the description below. All right, let's continue on. Let's look at this from a different angle. If you didn't know when to exit a stock, especially on a day trade, which moves very quickly, let's look and see what would have happened. And obviously, you can see what's happening right now, but let's look and pretend that we're in real time. So your stochastic here on the bottom, you guys know if you've been watching for any length of time, and if you haven't, no problem. I like using this yellow line down here as kind of a reference point to the red. So it's not that I need that yellow line there, but when my red starts to kind of flutter around and gives me this trajectory upwards or downwards, the yellow helps show like which kind of trajectory we're taking. So when we start to see this upward trajectory, instantly I think to myself, okay, we're probably running out of some steam here. Another thing to pay attention to, look at the volume. The volume was decreasing every 15-minute period. And if we go back and just kind of even use more context clues, I noticed during this time, any time that Tesla kind of got 2 or 3 selling volume bars in a row, 2 selling volume bars in a row, buying volume, 2 selling bars in a row, it kind of stalls out. That's kind of 3 selling bars in a row, it stalls out. And that was what another little clue to me was of saying, oh man, I need to start thinking about an exit here. So as soon as you start seeing this kind of trajectory moving upwards, red, of course, over the yellow, with slowing volume, you're going to get a reversal like so. And this is where you're going to lose money. And people just, all they do is look at price action. All they do is say, all right, Tesla started the day up here, 259, or maybe it started at 256, whatever. It moved all the way down to 247, 246. And because it has moved $10 a share, that means that it's going to continue to move down. No, there's a lot more to it. Volume is going to drive things. Stochastics are going to drive things. Previous history and just average behavior of Tesla stock is going to drive things. And that is the reason that I knew the exit point was right around here. The exit point was right around here, wherever it was. And the rebound was going to happen with vengeance. And that is exactly what we saw on Tesla. And that is how you do not lose money. Very important to keep profits in your pocket. So I just explained to you how to exit a trade. Now the question becomes, how do we get into a trade? I made a video right here. Go check it out.